looking at me with those big eyes?
I often look at you like this as we start.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know because I'm looking at the camera.
I think that's my expected look.
Oh, okay. Good thing you've never been pregnant. Welcome to Nourish, everybody. This is our stretching and flexibility class. As always, do the stretch that's right for you today, right for your body, right for the story you've created in your body, whether it's replacements or injuries. A stretch should feel satisfying and good to you. So don't go to a point of discomfort or jangling nerves or anything like that. Let's make some good choices today. Let's start by standing in the center of the mat, feet nice and parallel. Look down for a second. Sometimes we get inclined to do strange things with our feet. So look down, make sure you got those nice parallel feet. Roll back the shoulders, raise your gaze. Big breath in, reach up through the side body, lengthen the body. Exhale, relax the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Nice long extension. And exhale, let that down. We're going to go for a diagonal reach. Going to go high on the right side, low on the left, and just stretch between the arms. Broaden through the chest. Big inhale there, and then bring that upper hand down to opposite hip. Inhale, reach up with the left. Gently come over into that side bend. Any amount. Don't be extreme. Reach up and come back into your side bend again. Nice and friendly there. And bring the arm around and back down. Roll the shoulders back. Nice rotations. I use my elbows as well just to emphasize the motion in my shoulders. It's easier to track. I could just do this, but it's much easier for me to track if I actually get an arm motion involved as well. Going to the opposite side, high on the left, low on the right, and extend between those fingertips, lengthen. Big breath in, exhale, bring that hand down to the hip. Inhale, reach up with the right. Slowly lower over to the left. Don't hold your breath. Another reach for the sky. And bring it over. Swing that arm around, bring it down. And let's go into the shoulders here. I'm going to stand sideways so I can show you. I'm going to push my fingertips down towards the floor, and that draws the shoulder away from the ear. Now relax the arm and draw the elbows back, squeezing. So this is not a hunch. This is just a draw back of the elbows, like a gunfighter. Strike the fingertips down. Ready? Draw. Change your mind. One more time, elbows back, press it down, and a couple of loopy loops with the shoulders again, nice and loose. I have not cleared my walking zone, and we are doing figure 8 walking here, so I just need to tidy up my little nest. I'm going to start with, this is about balance. This is about the proprioceptors in the brain. It's just a really good exercise. I want you to stand in the back right-hand corner of your mat. Now, about halfway through your journey here, so looking a little ahead, look at something on your right-hand side. I'm going to look at the camera, and you're going to stay, we don't usually do this to start. We're going to stay gazing at the right-hand side there. So starting a figure 8 walk, just walking and gazing at that spot. Now, as I turn through my figure 8, my head has to rotate. These are slow, deliberate steps, doing the figure 8. And back to the corner. So the idea is your gaze stays off your feet. You find the balance in your body as you do this figure 8. And you're challenging it by changing which direction your head is turned.
And not little bitty mincings.
Not little tiny steps, not too fast, just slow steps with the gaze staying locked in place. Choose your focal point wisely so that it's not a hardship to keep looking at it. Okay, let's pause. Let's go to the back left-hand corner of the mat. And what I'm looking for, my figure eight is about this big. So I'm looking for something about halfway, take this little gnome house, and about shoulder height to focus on. Back left corner, find your left focal point, begin your figure eight. Go ahead, Kevin, and I'll wait for you. So you begin your figure eight walking and you stay gazing at that spot. Do you see how hard my spot is? A little too far back. Your brain is working for balance and stability. Your brain is tracking and very aware of, where's my foot? What am I doing with my toes? Have I got my weight evenly balanced? And come to a pause. It is such a beneficial exercise. It's not much about stretching, but it's certainly about stability and balance and functional fitness. Coming to the center of our mats here. We're going to come through a couple of things just to warm up the body, just bring the heart rate up a little bit, bring the oxygen of the body up. But first we're going to start with a squat. Just nice, simple, coming down, feet are parallel, coming down into a squat, not a forward fold, because the next exercise involves coming into a squat. Come on down, any amount, straight down and back up. This could be very small for you. Maybe you're just dipping a couple of inches because you need to build strength and range of motion. Maybe you're coming quite low because you've been doing this for a few years. That's our last one. Come on up. So the next exercise is about the breathing. We're going to be inhaling as we reach up. We exhale completely as we squat and we swing through. Okay, so it's breathe in, inhale, stay gazing forward, inhale up, inhale up, 2 more, last one. And even now you probably feel like a flush in your skin, feel like your heart is bumping a little bit stronger. Maybe you're a little bit dizzy. Sometimes Kevin after Strive gets a little bit dizzy. We're going to do it another time, but we're going to do it, we're going to reach on the diagonal, and as we exhale, we're going to swing through on the straight, and then reach on the diagonal, swing through on the straight. Crashing steel water bottles. Inhale, reach up on the diagonal. Exhale, swing through. Inhale, reach on the diagonal. One more time, the other side. And come to a halt. Whew, my head. What it does is it creates that circulation and pumps from the internal organs to the extremities of the body. It's just so good for us. We're going to do a little exercise. It's functional fitness stretching, which is we call putting away boxes. So we're going to come into that squat again, and the box is about knee height on my right side. So I'm going to squat down, take a hold of that box. Straighten up and bring the box in front. Now reach without leaning. Don't lean, and just reach. Put it over there. Squat down. Hands to the knee. Straighten up. Reach and extend. You can look at it, but don't lean. Squat. That's functional fitness right there. We're doing so many things. That's 3, okay? And the next one is low as you can. Maybe it's all the way to the floor. Reach up, come on, straighten out. And now we reach high diagonal again without leaning. Low as you can go, high diagonal. 1 more. I'm supposed to do 3 on each side. There we go. And we're going to the other side. Squat down. And extend. Move through, straighten out those legs, reach it out. Your body is adjusting for changes of weight and balance there. Is that 3? I forget. 1 more. Okay, down to the floor or as low as you can. Straighten all the way out and then reach. Low as you can go and reach. If you like playing pickleball, this will help get you those really low shots that people aim at your feet, and you'll do so much better. All right, let's get out of the squatting stuff for a minute here and go into issues that people have with carpal tunnel or shoulders or nerves running through their arms. We're just going to do a very simple, will you go sideways for this, please? Okay. So it's really important that the head stays in alignment with the spine. Don't get jacked up in your neck here, okay? You can take your fists, don't have to be tight, and then put them next to the ears. Lift up the elbows, lift up the gaze, and a little bit of a back bend. Then we straighten out, extend the arms long, flare the hands, and pull the fingertips back. Curl up the hands, bend the elbows, lift the elbows. Straighten, reach, flare. See how that head just stays with the spine and the spine flexes in mid-back, low back instead of in the neck. We need that nice big flare in the hands. That just is the nerve flossing we're doing to help free up those places that bother us a lot.
I realized I was starting to raise my shoulders.
Oh, shoulders to ears? Okay, so some people have what they call subclavius tension. And this is, some people will try this exercise, not realize that realize that they don't have any issue with it, but those of us that do, we know why we're doing it, okay? So what we're looking for, am I doing a good job?
You bet.
Okay, so there's a collarbone, and then there's this little concave space, and I'm just exaggerating. You don't have to exaggerate it, but I'm exaggerating so you can see. And you put 2 fingers into that little space there. There's a bundle of a little joiner of muscles and nerves there. Just a little rotation with the fingers. You'll feel if you have that tension and that little bit of a nerve pain in there. We're just doing a little bit of a pressure. And now just turn the hand. Can you feel that muscle bundle just move underneath your fingertips? So we're just intensifying that massage into those tight muscles. And finally, we're going to just lean forward, let the arm hang, keep your fingers there, and keep that rotation and that like gentle pressure into that space. Especially your dominant hand, you're probably going to feel this come on up. We'll go to the other side. The other thing is for female body, people that have very large chests, you often end up with all this tension in your front of your chest muscles here. So coming forward, finding that space, there we go. Push the fingers in, just start to massage. How does that feel? Little rotations, little circles. Now rotate the arm. And you should feel that roll and rumple under the fingertips as you do that. And then you understand the muscles and tendons that you're affecting there are the ones that you're doing this with all day long. Lean forward, keep the massage, the pressure point, and rotate nice and slow through that arm. And come on up. Keep that in mind. If you start getting really tense through the top of the chest, the sternum, keep that in mind. That's a very simple way to release that tension. We're going to do something a little bit different today in that we're going to use a yoga block. And so Kevin is going to be the best demonstration of that because I already have a disparity between lengths of legs, and so I'm almost always propped on one side. But what we're going to do, this is actually called, I got to get this all correct because it's a raised foot spinal sweep. What we want to do is raise the foot on one side. I'm going to have to do this because my leg is so short on that side. So we're standing wide, one leg up. This knee does not have to be locked up, but the other leg that's low needs to be a nice straight leg.
So I should be centered, not
Yeah.
two straight legs. Okay.
Yeah, so whatever you need to be for that, but this leg is our straight leg. Taking the hands, we're going to turn a little bit to the right and take the hands down towards the foot. Nice ankle, semicircle, come around to the other side and come up. Down to that side. Sweep through, welcome to my life, and come on over to the other side and up. Drop it down. I'm going to talk to you. What we're doing is a nerve flossing in the sciatic nerve bundle. So we're just moving the nerve relative to the surrounding tissue and freeing that up. Let's pause and change sides.
So the non-propped leg remains straight.
The non-propped leg remains straight. The other one can have a little softness to it as you need. A yoga block is great for this. If you had a book you didn't like very much, that algebra book from grade 8, grab that.
You betcha.
Okay? This is going to be strange for me, but I'm going to do my best. Maybe I don't need anything. All right, and so we got our hands here. We're coming down to the low leg, nice and straight. Over to one side a little bit, sweep in a semicircle, and bring it up. I'm always looking for things that help with sciatic, because once people get that to flare, their life is suffering and needs relief. Sweep through. This is lumbar control. This is spinal rotation. One more time. Shoulder mobility. We're doing so much. And come out of that and just walk it out. You're going to see me on a prop going forward. It has nothing to do with what we just did. That's personal. Let's go to our shoulders.
Individual.
Individual, not personal. I have to remember that's a different thing. All right. So let's come back to standing straight in our mats here, nice and level. Arms out. I'm going to do some small circles going forward, working into the shoulders, gradually enlarging those circles, getting them bigger and bigger until windmill arms is happening here. Big, slow, controlled motion. Maybe you feel little grinds or little noises in your shoulders as you're doing this. Two things. If it hurts, then it might be something you need to address. But if it's just noise, let's pause. Then it's something that it's just tangles in the fascia, little knots in the muscles. We can start to smooth those out and improve them. Let's go the other direction. My shoulders, when I did this, used to make so much noise that Kevin could hear it. And now, this is just a little tiny rumble. Bigger circles. Backwards is so much harder, and our arms are tired from doing strive. And come to a halt. I'm going to take a little break from the mic and hand this to Kevin. He's going to do some hand and wrist exercises here.
Hi.
Surprise.
I am? Hi. Okay, what am I doing? Hand and wrist. All right, so with your... I just look all over the place. I never look at... With your elbows near your ribs, we're going to let our wrists hang just a little bit limp there, and we're going to wiggle our fingers and try to exhaust our forearms. So we're just a little a spider couple running across the plains of the Serengeti together, running, line dancing and cavorting. Then we're going to flip our hands over, again kind of cupped a little bit, and wiggle some more, spiders running across the ceiling now.
Some people have terrible fear of spiders.
Those of you who hate spiders,
Say tarantulas
these are snakes with 5 legs. Way better. All right, now that you're done with that, we're going to bend that hand down toward your forearm and not involve that thumb, keep that thumb out of there. And I like to press right across the ridge of my knuckles so that I'm not deep into the fingers so much as working that wrist.
Is it wrist or fingers?
Both? I'm trying to work the wrist mostly by leaning across the knuckles. Then going backwards, again, pushing back toward your forearm, and again, right along the base of the finger joints there, so that you're not really flexing the fingers a ton. You can add some finger pressure if that's comfortable for you. Now to the other side, making that little duck there and pressing down across the knuckle joints. Again, keep that thumb out of the stretch. Little bit of pressure downward. This should be gentle, be careful. Wrists are delicate. And then backwards, down toward your forearm, the opposite direction. Mostly in the base of the fingers, a little bit of finger tension if you'd like. Am I supposed to be doing feetses too?
No feets.
We're going to press hands together, prayer hands, and then dowsing. And then prayer hands. And then dowsing. And then we're just going to draw some figure eights.
That's fun, they do this one too, since you've got it for this.
Now we're going to press hands down on a counter, shoulders out of ear. So you don't want to be up like this, you want to be shoulders down, reaching for the floor with the palms of your hand, and then keeping your palms against the floor and your fingers pulled up toward your forearm. You're going to rotate back and then rotate forward. Keeping your fingers drawn up toward your forearm through that whole circle, palms flat on the floor, fingers drawn up.
Thank you.
There you go. Can I have that back?
Yeah, get it back. Going to hips now. Let's step our right foot forward, left foot back. Make sure you have some space between the feet this way. Don't get on a tightrope. Step onto the railroad tracks. There we go. Square out your hips. Broaden through the shoulders. Head in alignment with the spine. And then sink into your lunge. You can adjust. As soon as I start to come forward into my lunge, I always have to just move that back foot to the right place. Okay, some people want a long stance on that, and other people need to be quite short. Deep breath in, press into that back heel, big stretch. Now we're going to draw the hips back and straighten the front leg. Drop the shoulders down towards a modified pyramid here. Lift up the tailbone dynamically and press through the straight legs there. No, I'm just cueing for it. So you lift up the tailbone, lift the hips high, lengthen legs. Now shoulders raise, knees bend, knee bends, and we come back to lunge. You can keep elevated like this, work taking it down to the ground. Whichever you choose is right for you. Hands on either side of the foot if you're coming down to the ground, and you need to step that back leg a little bit further out because you're low. Okay, and you're in a lunge here. Think again, broad through the shoulders, get the shoulders out of the ears. Look at the floor in front of your foot. Press into that back heel. Deep breath in, hold the stretch. Hold the stretch. And we're straightening out that front leg and pulling the hip back. Bring the forehead towards the shin. Legs straight and dynamic. Tailbone high. Tuck the chin. Big stretch and have slow deep breath. Don't hold your breath through this. Start to bend the knee. Lift the shoulders. Put a little bend in that back knee and spring the foot forward, roll up to standing. Whew, let's just do a little twist before we go back to the other side. Feet are underneath and we're just going to come through a nice bit of a swing through, side to side. Just loosen up that back. And then we'll go to the other side. We always in Nourish start with the easiest mode of a stretch, and then we often offer deeper progressions of that, and you stop where it's right for you. Left foot forward, square out your hips. If you feel really tippy in a lunge like this, turn out the back toes for a little extra stability. It kind of complicates the hip a little bit, but if you need stability, that's your option. Broaden the shoulders and come into your lunge. Press into the heel. Find a focal point. It really helps, a non-moving focal point where you can just pay attention to your body and the lunge. Hips draw back, legs straightens, and we're elevated in a pyramid pose. Shoulders start to drop down.
I'm way more tippy.
Me too. The elevated pyramid is harder for me, but some people can't get to the ground yet. Okay, bring the shoulders forward, back to lunge. Okay, making the choice. Are you staying up here? Are you going down to the floor? We're holding a little longer, so you make that choice of whether you're in a low lunge or not. Get yourself situated, broaden through the shoulders, soften the jaw, look at the mat in front of you. If you're looking at the screen, you're really up into your neck, and that makes it very difficult. Slow breath in this stretch. We're straightening out the front leg by pulling back the hips. Tuck the chin, forehead towards the shin. Big stretch here, tailbone high. Feel the back of the legs really engaged and the hands supporting the whole situation. Slowly breathe into your stretch. Slide it forward again into lunge. Bend that back knee, spring the foot forward, and roll up to standing. Working on being able to touch our toes. Kevin, you want to take a break? We're going to be upside down again. Okay, so feet are nice and parallel. You might want to step them a little further apart. If forward folds and touching the floor are difficult for you, you might want a little more base, and that's okay. We're going to do this nice and soft with bent knees. So we're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down, bend the knees and lower the shoulders into your softest, most kind forward fold. Knees are bent. Get those shoulders down towards the floor. Let the head just hang. Feel the compression come out of your cervical spine. Straighten the legs a little bit. Raise the shoulders into a nice flat tabletop back. Bend the knees. Roll up to standing. We're going to take this down to the floor and do some hip opening, some opening through the chest. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you really quickly, is we're going to come down here. I'm going to bend very deeply into a knee and open up to the side. And I will cue you for that. If you need to be here and opening up to the side, you make that choice. Inhale. Did I miss something?
The other leg remains straight, right?
Mostly straight. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive down, bent knees. Are you on the floor or on your thighs? Make that choice. Knees are bent. Okay, let's just come into a halfway lift. Straighten the legs. Come to a tabletop. Down low with the knees bent. Now both knees are bent, but we're going to deeply bend into the left knee and reach the right hand up towards the sky. I keep both knees kind of bent because I can't straighten out on that side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring that hand down. Deeply bend into your right knee and reach the left hand up. Big breath in. And exhale down. Roll up to standing. That's a problem with being a fitness instructor. You talk in mirror all the time, right and lefts, and then you go sideways and you can't straighten yourself out. It's a real issue. Let's do, this is one of our challenging shoulder poses for today. So let's just start by just rolling the shoulders back and feeling them come away from the ears and squeeze together behind. And relax. Roll back, squeeze the shoulder blades, and come to relax. Okay, Kevin's going to show the back version of this, and I will cue you through. We're going to clasp the hands behind, roll the shoulders back like we just did, point a finger towards the floor, and extend down. Big stretch there. Are you going for a strap, Kevin? Sorry.
Or are we about to?
And then relax the arms.
Sure.
Because of Kevin's size of his arms and stuff, he has a hard time grabbing, so he's doing that. I'm going to clasp my hands. I'm going to go sideways. We're clasping the hands, no pointy fingers. Roll those shoulders back, bend the knees, and start to lift the blades of the hand towards the ceiling. So it's a forward fold, shoulder extension here. Slow, deep breath. It's a big stretch. Keep the knees bent, roll back up to standing. Ooh, that's a big one. Let's counter stretch that to straighten things out. So we're rolling the shoulders forward. Press the palms together. Gazing forward. Big stretch in the opposite direction. Check which arm's in front. Inhale wide. Let's put the other arm in front and cross over.
don't know my right from my left. I have to say my watch arm or my not watch arm.
The arm with a watch. And relax and let that go. Coming down to the mat, to our hands and knees. Going to do a little bit of cat-cow for the back and other fancy stuff.
Fancy.
Fancy. Hands and knees. So knees are about hip distance apart. That's true. And I was just trying to see if I was doing the exercise that meant different. Hands on the mat, straight down from the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Get a good firm base for that. If you have wrist issues, walk your hands a little bit forward. Flat back. Let's think about this. We're going to tuck the tailbone, push through the hands, and arch the spine. Tuck the chin, that's cat. Lift up your tailbone, sway the back, and bring the heart forward between the shoulders. There's cow. Deep breath in. Exhale into cat. Push through. Inhale, sweep it forward and sway the spine. Exhale, arch it up. Push through. Inhale, sway. And exhale, turn. Turn, curve. And come to neutral there. Going to do some shoulder corkscrews. Did you get a foot cramp?
Working on a foot cramp.
He's got a foot cramp. Don't copy what he's doing. Shoulder corkscrews are very simple. I'm going to cue you for elbows, but it's about the shoulders, okay? Fingers are nice and spread wide. We're going to bring the elbows out like we're a bulldog, so we're turning in the shoulders. And then tuck the elbows underneath. Turn them out and tuck them in. So whenever I cue you to make sure the creases of your elbows are forward, that's this tuck right here. That's this rotation. A lot of people automatically end up in this bulldog position. And come to a pause. Going to thread the needle. We're still going to be on our wrists, but not as intensely here. So, going to just put hand to the ear on the left side, lift up the elbow, and bring the elbow back to crease of other elbow. Nice curl around. We keep this quite elevated. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it around. Full extension of the arm, reach for the sky. And thread that through behind the forearm. Bend the elbow and lay the cheek on the mat. Settle into your stretch. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So you have a hand in front of your face. Kevin's doing a modification. Walk the ear just a couple of millimeters away from the shoulder. Nice stretch going on there. And it's up to you whether you add a right leg extension to this or not. Really engaging. Let's not get crumpled into that left hip though. Don't just fall down into your left hip. Lift it up, press through that knee. Okay, if you're elevated, get that knee down on the ground. Press strongly through your right hand and unwind. Other side, hand to ear. Inhale, lift the elbow. Exhale, bring it around. Nice flat back. Inhale, lift and open. And then as you come around, your back is flat. Reach for the sky, extend the arm fully, and thread it through. Lay the cheek down. Bend that elbow. Now do a check on your right leg. Just make sure you're pressing through that knee and the hip is nice and square. And then decide if you're adding an extended leg. We don't want to be crumpled into our right hip and just sinking down to the floor on that side. If you elevated a leg, let's bring that knee down. Press strongly through the left hand. Unwind. And let's get off our hands and knees for a while, coming through to seated. How's the foot cramp? Oh, good. We get them all the time. I don't know why. We take all our supplements, we still get foot cramps as we exercise. Okay, let's just have our legs extended long for just a moment here on our seat bones, just to loosen up a bit. As we do, we usually start here with just a nice slow row. Just reach it out, extend long. Pull the arms alongside the body. Squeeze the elbows a little bit together behind the spine, the rib cage, and reach. And pull. Reach. This might be your first time seated on the floor today. We might as well just get a little bit used to it before we start to do intense things. Not that Nourish is intense, actually, that was the wrong word. More extreme, brutally hard things I meant to say. Yeah, that's exactly right. Pause. Let's cross the legs if you can. You could be sitting in a chair for this next piece. Absolutely, not a problem. But if you're comfortable with your legs crossed, please come into that position. Doesn't matter which shin is in front. Make sure you're on your seat bones. Make sure you haven't rocked back. Okay, you might need to put your hands down, line the spine, get your seat on the mat. Inhale wide. Give yourself a hug without curling up. Just wrap the arms around, holding in this position. This is more challenging than I ever think it should be. We're going to just turn the upper body and look to the right. It's a very small motion. Turn and look to the left. Don't hold your breath. Go around. And one more time. Come to neutral. See how our arms are crossed over here? We're going to work on that a little bit. We're going to just keep them kind of floating and we're going to cross them over each other. Cross them over. We're working on eagle arms here and we're getting that mobility and glide forward. Let's change which arm's on top. Cross them over. Now, as we progress in working to eagle arms, if all you can do is just this and the hug and twist, you stay with that. I'm going to change which shin's in front. Okay, but we're going to work towards eagle arms. So your options are the hug and twist or the slide. Otherwise, let's take the right hand, put it up in front with the elbow bent, and snug the left hand on top, left elbow on top. Can you press the back of your hands together? That is first step of eagle arms. Maybe you're here and you're just working towards that, but you have to free up that shoulder motion of rolling forward. Can you hook a fingertip and a thumb? Or go to the full thing of pressing hands together in front of the face. If you're here, no matter where you are, take a breath in. Exhale, lift the arms up in front of the face. Bring it down. Unwind, little roll of the shoulders. I have to remember, this one was underneath. Okay, so thinking of that again, roll that shoulder forward. Roll those shoulders forward and take the left hand in front. Right elbow goes on top. Can you press the back of your hands together? And if you're here, that's fine. Just keep on moving and working towards getting more flexation, more freeness in the shoulders. Hooking a finger and a thumb is the very first part of this. And then palms together. Once you're here, if wherever you are, take a breath in. Exhale, lift the elbows in front of the face. And lower down, let that go. Let's bring the legs together and side by side in front of us. We're just gonna do a little bit of windshield wiper legs here just to free up the hips. You probably need to put your hands down for balance. You're just gonna lay the legs over to one side and over to the other. I tend to like walk across the mat. If I don't anchor my arms, I just start to move across the floor with that one. Something about the way the hip seat bones are moving. One more time. Pause. Have your strap near at hand, please. We've needed a yoga block and a strap today. We're taking the legs wide. Not so wide that you're in hardship. Okay, just wide enough. Toes up, knees up. You're in comfortable seated position that's not hard on you. And you can always add that micro bend to your knees if it's just your hamstrings are just giving you trouble, okay? Make sure you're on your seat bones and let any amount come forward. This might be very small. Take a breath here. Nice flat back. Think broad through the shoulders. Gaze at the mat. And be where you need to be. Support it. Kevin's using a balance of weight and gravity, and I've got my hands down for support, so it's not too hard. Breathing slowly. is a big stretch, we know. Come on up. And just very gently, we're just going to slide the left hand down and take the right hand up and over. It's a very soft motion. And the other side, slide the hand down, bring the arm up and over. One more time, each direction. We're going to take that into a little bit different form in a minute. Not holding your breath. Inhale up, exhale, come over. And come to neutral. Let's bring the right foot and snug it in towards the left. Bend that knee. Get yourself in a good situation there. And turn to face your extended leg. Nice and tall. Let's get a strap around that foot on that side. And reach forward. Don't come back here. Reach forward and take a hold of your straps. Your arms are nicely extended here. Our elbows wide, any amount, draw yourself over that leg. Whew, that's a big one, isn't it? Don't curl up, just look at your shin and close the angle. Come on up. We're gonna hold for a moment, and you need to make a choice of how deep in the stretch you are. Nice and tall, big breath in, exhale, come forward. As we hold, you need to be where you feel like it's a good stretch, but not a hurting stretch. So if it's too much, you back up a little bit, or you bend the knee a little bit. Soften the pull on the hands a little bit, and be where you can effectively hold. Come on up. Take both straps in your left hand. And and again, that's a reach forward. Okay, we're just going to take that arm to the inside of the leg. What I want is, in the end, my arm to be inside the thigh here, not outside for the next piece. So grab a hold, bring your arm a little bit in, and we forward fold again with just the one hand as our anchor. Think about this. We're going to keep the right elbow bent and just sweep up and open up through the chest. Big stretch today. These are our peak moves of the day. Breathe through that, sweep the arm around, look down at your shin. One more time, inhale, open and reach. Exhale, bring it back around. And come on up. Let's extend that leg out to the side. Nice flex of the toes, point of the toes. Just move some of those muscles that we were in a really deep bind with. And bring the other sole of the foot to the thigh. Turn to face that leg. Lasso it. Reach forward, take your bind. Elbows wide, nice and tall. First we just float and explore. Just come forward. How does this feel? This side for me is very different, so I have to honor that. Come on up. Think about it. We're going to go to a static stretch, so make good choices. Inhale, tall. Exhale, come forward. Breathing slow and deep. What you might find is that each exhale, you're able to just move a little bit deeper into the stretch as you relax. Or you might find that it gradually becomes more and more intense, and you have to move back out of it as we hold. I can't read how you feel, so you have to do those checks yourself. Come on up. Both straps in your right hand and arm to the inside of the leg there. We're still doing the forward fold. Make sure that arm's inside. Let's come on forward. Any amount. I feel like I'm not on my seat bones proper. There we go. Bend the left elbow and swing and open through the chest. I would love to lay down on my leg like some people do, but my fused ankle gets in the way. Sweep it around, look at your shin, and fold down. Inhale, elbow opens, chest opens. Exhale, bring that back around. We're headed back to where we started. Let's take the foot out to the side, on your seat bones. Okay? And any amount, we're coming back to our forward fold. Just feel if you've made progress. I can tell I've made progress because now my forearms can come onto the ground. I'm not great at forward folds, but I can see that I wasn't able to do this when we started, and now I can. Come on up. Let's cross the legs and come into easy pose here. Well, that's easy pose for him. Take our hands behind the head. This isn't a clasp and pull. This is just positional, okay? Nice and broad. Bring the elbows back. Big inhale. Exhale, bring the elbows together. Inhale, wide. Exhale, bring the elbows together. This time we're coming wide. We're just going to bring opposite elbow to knee. This is a nice turn and twist. Looking through. Keep the form. Come on up. And turn the other way. Come on up. Don't hold your breath through this. One more time. Turn. Tuck the chin. Elbow to knee. Inhale wide. Tuck the chin. Elbow to knee. Come to a pause. I know.
3 minutes.
Yeah. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together into cobbler's pose. Knees wide. If you might have a bigger frame than this in your cobbler's pose, if you like to sit very tight in your cobbler's pose, I encourage you to put your hands down behind you, walk your hips towards your heels, and then one hand at a time, keep your posture and balance by grabbing a hold and anchoring. But wherever you are in this, let's just think about hips. It's not about knees. So don't push into your knees. Just think of opening the hips. One of the ways we do that is with the clasped hands behind the toes. Just draw through the hands a little bit, and you'll feel that in your hips. Broad through the shoulders. This is a great place for neck stretches because we have a lot of good tension in the arms, a nice stretch happening in the shoulders. So let's just tuck the nose towards the shoulder on one side. Hold and breathe. Now we're going to lift the nose on the high diagonal the other direction. Tuck the nose. Lift the gaze. It's one of my favorite neck stretches. And come to neutral with your face. Other side. Tuck the
I did
nose.
both sides. I was just flinging my head all over.
Lift the gaze, high diagonal. And tuck the nose. Lift the gaze, high diagonal. Come to neutral. Let's walk the feet apart. We're going to finish the class in a modified turtle pose. If you're curious about the word modified and want to know what a real turtle pose looks like, you should do an image search. It's pretty darn challenging. So I have this extra space here. My feet have walked forward, palms up. They're going to go underneath the shins and clasp either the shins, the ankles, the sides of the feet, whatever you can grab a hold of here, reaching through, get a hold, tuck the chin, and roll up. Think about the details as you take slow, deep breaths into this big stretch. The back of the neck is relaxed and the jaw is relaxed. The chin is tucked in and you got as much length as you can. Roll the shoulders away from the spine. Soften the shoulders. think about the hips. We're deep in the hips. Take a breath. Exhale, try to relax the hips and the upper thighs. Slow, deep breathing. Lift the gaze. Let's bring the knees together. That's a lot in the hips. Extend the legs long. And finally, we end off with an inhale tall and just a simple forward fold. Feeling the freedom in our body from the stretching we've done, the progress we're making. Look at how deep you are in your stretch. And come up to neutral spine. Thank you for joining us for Nourish. I hope you have an amazing day after taking care of your muscles and joints and spending this 50 minutes with us. See you next time. We did it. Without an ice cream cone.